Welcome to day 2 of the Total Tour Natal. After yesterday's 5 stages, Mark Grenier has a comfortable lead over last year's reigning champ Enzo Kuhn in the Volkswagen. We're going to have to see what happens today. It's going to be a challenging 9 stages in the Mzuntu area in Natal. So it's all up for grabs and there's a lot of cars chasing. So let's go see what happens.
Stage 6 over 13.16 kilometers in the Scottsboro area of Montevideo 1. Starting off on a landing strip, the crews will also have to deal with subways under the motorway, sugarcane running, and some rough and rocky patches. As our rally leaders, Grenier and Houghton, take to the road, of course, they now have the disadvantage of having to do the sweeping work for the rest of the field. Are they going to be able to keep their lead intact? That lead overnight of just under 13 seconds over Hergenvecken and Pierre Aris. So how will that affect their stage times? And the time that they set, 9 minutes 59.5, that's the benchmark, of course, to be beaten. But look, there's a problem.
Coming into the stage, it was like a horrible jump, and we came, not even in the stage, it was on the way to the stage. And we had like a funny thing in the road, and I thought, it should be fine, you know, we should have got out and checked it. But what it did is it closed off the radiator, but now it's sorted,
Hopefully they won't be suffering from overheating problems as Hergenvecken and Pierre Aris take to stage 6. They've got that gap of almost 13 seconds to make up.
Up over very rough 50, care left 1 over jump, into the bump, right 7, easy left 5, over small crest C 500, left 3 tightens to adverse 9, 3 tightens to adverse 9, 100, pole on the outside, adverse left 9, into long left 6, 80 right 4, keep in over small crest, into long right 4, opens.
Third on the road and third overall overnight, Enzo Kuhn and Guy Hodgson in the second of the BP Ultimate Volkswagen Polos.
Left 6, tightens, and then clearing, stay left, caution, right, left 2 is right 8. Now right, left 2, right 8.
Well, I'm sure they won't be happy with that time, losing about 8 seconds to the 2 previous cars on the road.
So how did it go out there?
Good, bit of a slow start. It's quite slippy still, so we're getting into it, but safe run.
The G Fuel Fiesta of Reitenbach on the course and 4th on the road at the moment.
Well, he's got the hammer down. That's clear from that shot. He's absolutely flying. He's a man who tends to improve on the second day of a rally.
Wow, look at this, a blistering time, 9 minutes 53.6.
No, they moved the flying finish, so there's not a lot of time to stop from flat out in 6, so it's, yeah, it's okay.
The leading Castrol factory team, the Castrol Toyota Auris of Johnny Gemmell and Drew Sarek at the moment, 5th overall overnight, and he certainly wants to hurry it up a little bit. He's not going to be happy sitting there. And I think they're slowly but surely getting to know this car, and a good time set there as well.
Habeck and Paisley in the Volkswagen Polo. This is the BP Ultimate and doing really well. And right now, currently, 6th overall. Habeck's not going to be happy with that and notoriously well known for pushing hard on the second day. 3rd fastest on the stage so far.
Yeah, it was quite a okay stage. A little bit slippery, but it had quite a nice flow to it, so not bad.
Leroy Poulter in the second factory Castrol Toyota Auris, 7th overnight. And seemingly now these two, him and Alvin Coetzee, have found each other and he is flying. This is looking like a very, very neat stage time coming up. And Leroy Poulter is certainly somebody that everybody else will have to take notice of. And a great time there, the 2nd fastest so far, and that pushes him 1 position up the order.
I think the first long stage, yeah, the car's a lot better today, and we'll carry on from here.
Nick Ryan, along with Jeff Tyra in their Volkswagen Polo, lying 12th overnight. They are certainly not going to be happy with that, and they were looking at making up some lost time. And in this stage, they certainly succeeded in doing that. So, end of stage 6, it's Reutenbach from Poulter and Grenier. At 21.31 kilometers, stage 7, Ellingham won the longest stage of the rally. A very challenging one, demanding one, lots of sugarcane running and lots of hairpins to negotiate and very picturesque, as you can see. Rally leader Cronje tackling that stage, and I think he must be a little bit frustrated behind that wheel because he can see that he's being caught by his opposition. And in fact, in this stage, it would turn out that he would lose about 10 seconds. Right, let's go back on board with Fecken and Aris.
Right 4 tightens to 7. Into left 7.
Oh, it.
Clearly a problem there for the Volkswagen crew. It looks like the car's got a puncture, and this is likely to cost them a lot of time because there's still a lot of running to do, about 8 Ks left in this stage. You can see left front, that tyre almost coming off the rim there, and this is a big blow for Fecken and Aris. Kuhn and Hodgson, their teammates, and unbeknown to them, the problem with Fecken will obviously move them up 1 place to 3rd.
Right 4, narrow bridge, left 8. Caution here, narrow, left 8, right 5, in, turn right 6. Now turn, right 6.
Guy Hodgson getting very, very animated at the moment. The treacherous conditions, and as you can see, they really need to be concentrating.
Absolutely right. Konrad Rotenbach has moved up to 3rd after the previous stage, and he will probably also move up 1 position depending on how much Fecken suffers. Johnny Gemmel and Drew Sturrock in 7th position overnight. Oh, he missed that corner, and this is also going to cost him a lot of time. Johnny Gemmel certainly didn't need this one. Struggling a little bit to get going again.
Those there, and right 6 in. Into a right 4 in. 8 kilos. Okay. Into a left 3 opens. Into right 1, left 1.
Harweg and Paisley clearly now finding their feet and finding the pace they were looking for. And he is pushing as always. And eventually he will set the 2nd fastest time just by 0.1 of a second on this stage. Poulter and Kutsia also finding their feet, pushing slightly over the limit there in the Castrol Toyota Auris. He's very, very impressive, going 2nd fastest in the previous stage. And he will end up 4th fastest in this stage. And there's De Villiers and Pitchford. Lost some time in the previous stage, dropping to 11th overall. And here you can see some of the tricky conditions. They've got to navigate through these subways very carefully in the walls on the either side. Still very slippery out there. De Villiers, of course, used to very treacherous conditions after his adventures on the Dakar.
Charles Wilkin and Greg Goddage in the Ford Fiesta had terrible problems, lost about 14 minutes on just an open stage. It wasn't in fact on the stage, it was an open stage. So currently at 20th position, but on this particular stage, they're doing so well, they're up to 6th.
Well, they basically have nothing to lose. They can go for glory. As we go to John Williams, currently in 10th position overall, doing very well in the 2nd Sassel Fiesta. And John Williams is finding his feet back in South African rally and going 9th fastest in that stage.
JP Damso and Caroline Swan in the Runx battling right now for a position currently 8, 9 or 10.
Nice little battle at the back end of the top 10 there. And this crew was part of it until the previous stage. Mohamed Musa and Grant Martin, who had a crash. You could see the damage to that car, the Team Total Toyota Runx. And lost about 13 minutes in the process. So back down to 29th overall after the previous stage. And, oh, getting the braking wrong there as well. That's the same right-hander that Guy Hodgson was so animated about earlier on, Steve. So this is going to cost him a lot of time.
Positions after stage 7, Cronje, Reitenbach, Kuhn, Habak, Poulter and Fecken.
Picking up where you left off yesterday, all going well?
Yeah, the car's feeling great this morning. It's just been a bit tricky to find my pace on the road, and just trying to keep the rhythm up and keep going.
The big question is, of course, how did that puncture affect Gergen Fecken's pursuit of Mark Cronje?
No, look, we had a bad stage. We had a slight overshoot, and then we got a puncture left front, so we lost almost 50 seconds. So we need to make up positions now. I think we're way back in 10th at the moment.
Genial, beginning to find a rhythm in this rally car now?
Well, I don't know about this morning. I didn't sleep so well last night, and I'm not into it. I'm not quite sharp. And first stage, I made 2 mistakes. Overshot on the 1 corner and stalled the car. Took a while to get it started, and then on a tight hairpin, I didn't manage to make the hairpin. I couldn't find reverse, so I had to sort of try and get around in the cane. So I mean, we lost a lot of time there, but. it's part of the learning curve. And second stage, 10 k's from the end, we had our throttle sticking open, so that didn't help either. You know, then I overcooked the brakes, but. Yeah, main thing is we finished both stages, and you know, that's important for me, just to get kilometers under the belt and to try and finish every stage.
Conrad, how's today treated you?
Yeah, it was okay. The first stage was quite good. We got a good rhythm in the morning. In the second stage, we were on a bit of a push and we were going quite well, but we got a puncture about 5 k's from the end, so we lost, I don't know, 15 seconds or so. So I think we moved up a place, but there's still quite a big gap ahead, so we're going to push hard and see what we can do.
Stage 8, Esperanza won over 13.03 kilometers, and as you can see, lots of sugarcane running ahead. Just on the road, our rally leader, Mark Renier, and will he be able to defend his lead as the others attack on these fast stages? And he sets a very good benchmark time there, 9:58.2 seconds.
Yeah, it was a good stage. We had a sort of close call. Just went slightly off the road, and the cane wanted to pull us into the cane, so we just kept it pegged and managed to climb out, and then from there just kept it clean and was okay. So I'm very happy.
60, right 3 tightens to 6. Bad dip, narrow into immediate turn off hairpin, right acute. Left 3, right 2, keep in.
Certainly Fecken still boiling mad after losing over a minute with that puncture at the moment. He's certainly on the charge, currently lying 6th, but he'll improve. He is charging big time.
Yeah, that's a very nice stage, eh? Very smooth, very twisty. I really enjoyed it. It was good.
Keenan Hodgson currently in 3rd position. They've got their eyes on that 2nd place, currently held by Conrad Rotenbach. They're only 4 seconds down after the previous stage. But at this point, he couldn't quite match the time set by his teammate Hergen Fecken.
Yeah, very interesting. It's we're chasing these forwards quite hard and try not to make a mistake because we want to stay in the game.
Conrad Reitenberg and his French navigator still chasing 13.9, the deficit between him and race leader at the moment, Mark Renier. Conrad Reitenbach is certainly pushed. For now, he is 2nd fastest, 9.58.
Yeah, it felt quite good, but the time wasn't, so I don't know what's going on.
Plans now for the next one?
We're going to have to go flat out. We've got to try and make up some time, so we'll see what happens.
Johnny Gemmel currently in 7th position, overall about 10 seconds away from Hergen Fecken, but he would like to close that gap, of course. Unfortunately not for him, not succeeding, losing some time to Fecken in this stage. Next up, Jan Habig, currently in 4th position and chasing down those top 3.
Yeah, he's about 17 seconds behind.
4 seconds to make up on Conrad Rotenbach. Jan Habig goes 4th fastest in stage 8. Wilken and Godridge in the Basil Reed and Bizard Ford Fiesta doing very, very well. They were 24th overnight and have made up position over position, now currently in 13th place, and they moved up to 12th after that stage.
John Williams, Cooper's Frey, Team Sassel, the Ford Fiesta, they were at 7th position on their table, and they've gone 10th fastest, so they have dropped down a little bit of time.
Enjoyed a good drive so far?
Yeah, it's going okay. We've had a pretty tough day today with a few problems with the rear diff. So, you know, new car, and we're learning as we're going along. So, yeah, but it's been good.
Just 17 seconds up the road from them in 8th position overall. It's still Damso and Swan, the team total Toyota Runex. Good, solid performance so far.
Yeah, that one went not too bad, but it's taken a bit long to get into it. I think we're quite settled now, so we'll try and find keep this pace.
So Nicholas Ryan on a march. He was 10th. He's had a good stage time. He's got himself up to about 9th. He's about 8/10 of a second behind John Williams at the moment, so it's really close.
Van der Kerk and Lefkowitz in the New Africa Development Volkswagen Polo chasing 11th placed Geniel de Villiers, and about 30 seconds in it for them at this point. After stage 9, Grenier leads by 20.2 seconds over Rotenbach, and further down the field a tight 3-way battle between Ryan, Williams and de Villiers for 8th. So with 5 more stages to go, that was everything to play for.
Enzo, you've done all the stages for today once, attacking them again this afternoon. What are you doing? What's your plan?
We're pushing hard and staying safe. Engine's gone a little bit down, probably 5%, and we can't fix it yet. So I think we're putting up a good fight and making sure that we keep some pressure on those Fords.
After yesterday, Charles, things couldn't have got much worse today.
Yeah, we had a terrible day yesterday and almost fell out of the rally. But today it's going okay, and we're just trying to keep it on the road, get some mileage done, and see if we can get close to the top 10. But we're slowly making our way towards that.
Leroy, it looks like you decided to take a bit of a bushwalk there. What's happened?
We came through, I think it was a hairpin left, and I was a bit too far in, and I hit a rock with the left front wheel. We carried on from there, and I thought, the steering was a bit out, but then the aluminium arm broke. So, look, a bit unlucky. We stopped and we repaired it now. I think we're going to just carry on and just get some seat time for the rest of the rally.